boys. Find somewhere else to go.
Any answer on Hunt's mobile yet? Okay. Oh,
If he was at the Islamic school, he would not have to suffer
you
like
can't
this.
protect him from these things.
He's a child, Zane.
We can't afford a private school, can we? You know that. Amir, come here, what happened?
I'm picking on us.
What I tell you to do? You gotta defend yourself, yeah? After that,
Tell the teacher.
you go to the teacher and you let them handle it, yeah? Go back to your mum.
Look who's talking. Come on, Amir. Piss on it. Oh. Amir, it's okay.
And this is where it ends.
Yeah.
Zane, we found Hunt. I told you not to come.
Is that your favourite? Reckless Wonder?
He didn't jump.
Well, jump, push, whatever. He's dead. It's all over.
No. It's not over.
He had to have known he was signing his death warrant by coming down to Sydney.
You think the Southwest Syndicate caught up with him?
Whoever it was wanted him. They wanted something out of him.
Well, not necessarily.
Well, why waste time holding him up in an apartment? Why
Well,
not
they
take
want
him out
somebody
there and
privacy.
Well, why you call pushing someone out of a building private?
Okay, enough. So far we have only one witness, is that correct?
That's correct. Woman next door heard some muffled screams through the wall.
No one else saw anything, heard anything?
If they did, they're not prepared to talk. There was no CCTV on the apartment block.
Anything to indicate a struggle before the victim went over?
Yeah, we found a broken chain with a golden down in.
What about forensics?
Skin cells underneath the victim's nails, and well, he landed on his head, so he could have been thrown off.
Have we done a habitation check
Zane
on the
Malley?
apartment? Yep, it's
Yes,
owned by
sir.
a Hong Kong company subletting
Yes.
to Australian subsidiary.
No problem. Mr. Nevin.
Hey, Zane, sit. Hey, what?
انت منين تتكلم عربي؟
My father was a petroleum engineer. I was brought up in Libya. And did a stint in Cairo in my early teens.
Really? Shut that thing.
Zane, we've had a position open up, and we're looking for people with policing experience, some undercover technique, and someone who can liaise with the Arabic community. So, you know, you'd go in as team leader at sergeant level. You know, and think about it. You have all the resources in the world behind you. You know, you'll be able to do the job properly. There'll be a chance to make a big difference. The position's going to be advertised, but I want you to apply through your chain of command.
Hey, how'd you go with Nevin?
How'd you know?
He called for you earlier.
Wants me to apply for a job.
You should go for it. Ain't there any room for a Samoan prince? Oh, the terrorism's on the increase, you know?
Halfway there, your skin's all right, colour.
Hey, a piece of rubbish we found at the apartment turns out to be torn off an envelope. Looks like an address.
Any names?
Someone tried to flush it down the toilet, so it's hard to make out. But we do have an area code and what could be a post office box.
I need you to trace it for me. Even if you've got to go through every last private box of that post office. How are we going with that call charge record on Hunt's mobile?
Multiple calls were made to this number. Celia Cho, 28 years old.
Any relation to Bruce Cho? Who's in the Southwest Syndicate?
Yep, same address.
Just ran a subscriber check with a frequent number from Hunt's mobile records. Looks like Hunt's girlfriend could be related to Bruce Cho.
Bruce Cho. He's a tough one to pin anything on. He always manages to distance himself.
Well, that probably suits you just fine.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I've been taken out means some of your nasty skeletons remain safely locked in a closet, doesn't it?
It's just killing you, isn't it? All those years you spent running around trying to find Hunt to pay for what he did. Someone else got to him first.
What I wanted was to see the men who hurt my father be brought to justice. And when I find out whoever got in the way, with or without your help.
Hello. Can I offer you guys something to eat?
Oh, we've eaten things. Do you know a person by the name of Celia Cho?
Celia's my daughter. Why?
We need to speak to her. Any idea where she is?
My daughter's an adult. I don't keep track of her every movement. What's this about?
We're investigating the murder of John Hunt. Do you know anything about that?
I heard, of course.
Do you know anyone who would want him dead, Mr. Cho?
James had many enemies, Detective Malik. Yourself included. Are you sure you won't have something to eat, Detective? Sichuan pork, perhaps?
Oh, thank you, but I can only eat halal pork.
Of course. My mistake.
Your daughter was most distressed when she made that phone call. I'm sure just like us, you're anxious to know that she's safe, yeah? We'll be in touch. Just needs a signature and a letter of recommendation.
It's a great opportunity. I'm sure you'd do well. I'd be very sorry to lose you, of course, if your application was successful. It's got to go to Crowley. Do it properly. Get signed off by a team leader first.
So through death, the man meets justice.
No bother. Justice hasn't been done. You suffer. Mum suffers.
You've forgotten the story. The young man from Baghdad who saw death in his uncle's garden.
Tell me, Jiddu, what does death look like?
Oh, who knows? It was terrifying. The young man knew what it was. It was death coming to get him. So he fled to Samara.
Where's that?
Samara's far away. Far, far away from here. So his uncle went out to the garden looking for Death. Death, what are you doing frightening my nephew? Death apologized. I didn't mean to frighten him. In fact, I have an appointment with him in Samara this very evening.
I don't get it.
It was the nephew's destiny to die. Then, and in that way.
Give us the money! No. Give us the money!
Yeah, give him the money.
Shut up!
I'm gonna kill him.
Give us the money or I'll blow your brains out! Give us the money!
What's wrong?
He's gone now. He's dead.
Yours?
Yep.
Is that your dad?
No, he's my granddad.
Where's your mum?
She's inside. What are you doing here? Matthew, come inside.
You called AAA the other night, didn't you? That was you, wasn't it?
I saw what you were doing. You were trying to kill Jamie.
But I didn't kill him, did I? Someone else did. Someone knocked me out and kidnapped him. You were there, you were part of it.
No, I wasn't.
And you were used to get to him because someone dragged him from the river, tortured him, and murdered him. Now, who was
What
it?
did you?
Who was
You
it?
ordered him dead, isn't he?
Is Matthew his son? Is he?
Yes.
Then help me. What they want? What did they want? Tell me
He
now.
wanted us back.
Who?
My father wanted us back. He couldn't find us. You've got to go because he'll have people watching the
Where were
house.
you? Where were you?
Well, we're going to go to South America. We're going to be together, but they,
Who?
2 men. They came to the house where we were hiding. They kicked the door in, grabbed Matthew,
Did you
grabbed
know
me.
who these men were?
No.
Listen to me, your son's father was brutally murdered. They threw him off a building. Do you want Matthew growing up with the man who did that?
I have no choice.
I'm giving you a choice. Of course you've got a choice. You've always
Well,
got a
you
choice.
don't know my father. You would have me destroyed if you thought he was going to lose his grandson.
Your father's only as powerful as people allow him to be. Now, you've got a chance to stop it. And I want to help you. But you've got to tell me who these guys are. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for your son.
Bruce Cho is a very good customer. He's my best customer, in fact.
So why is that?
He buys more seafood than anyone else, which means he gives me more money than anyone else, which makes me happy.
How long you been doing business with Cho, Mr. Tane?
18 months, maybe.
You ever been out of business with him?
I heard the rumours about Mr. Cho. He buys my fish, that's all. Fishy business. Not funny business.
Did you hear about the man fell off the building Wednesday night? He died. Only a couple of blocks away.
I heard. That's terrible.
His name was John Hunt, you know him?
No?
What about Cho? Do you think Cho knows him?
I have no idea.
So we think it's possible that John Hunt was thrown off that building.
Really?
Yeah.
That's no good.
He's a fit-looking dude you have here. You wouldn't need any forklifts with him around.
Take guys at least that big to haul a man up to that window.
What's that got to do with me? Why are you telling me all these things?
Because your relationship with him.
We think it's fishier than what you're letting on. Now, I understand that he's your best customer. Should any problems arise, he could quickly become your worst.
Thank you for your concern. I'm sure I'll manage.
I'm sure you will. That's my number. Just in case.
Hey, remember that fragment of an envelope we found at the apartment where they took Hunt?
Yeah.
We traced back the post office box number to a vacant unit in Marrickville.
Any forwarding address?
Yeah, 35 High Street Punchbowl. I'll check it out.
Thanks.
Have you contacted the Asian Crime Squad about this Timok team?
Yeah, he's not a target of theirs. I want to check out this place in Punchbowl.
Two bodies, both male, heads and hands missing.
So 2 witnesses without heads. Makes it hard for him to testify in court.
You excuse us, please?
And why didn't you tell us you knew where your daughter was, Mr. Cho? She's at your house and she's very distressed.
My daughter's made some unfortunate decisions in her life. Now she suffers.
So she'd just listen to her father, none of this would have happened.
As a father, you watch your children make choices. You cannot make them fall.
Except in your case, you can just simply eradicate those choices altogether.
I'm sorry?
You missing anything, Mr. Cho? A necklace? A gold medallion?
No.
2 men were found today who worked for an associate of yours. Both of their heads were missing. Do you know anything about that?
I find your line of questioning insulting. So unless you have a warrant, I'd like you to leave.
Oh, we're leaving. I just hope you're right about that necklace because DNA being what it is, whoever lost it probably made a fatal mistake. Dreamt I shot Crowley last night.
Maybe you need to take some time off. See the MM. Whatever you need to do.
The easiest thing to do is just move on.
Internal Affairs haven't given up on you.
When did this arrive?
This morning. Sorry, I thought it had all been dealt with.
So I'm going to lose my career. Because some prick from IA is out to get me, accuses me of killing some two-bit drug dealer.
Don't assume the worst, Ray.
You had a look at that application?
It's still in the intro.
Why?
Because you got to wait your turn like everyone else.
Fast track and give him the chance to sit the back of me.
Why do you think you need special treatment?
I don't. I just want that application form in by the due date, which is tomorrow.
Poor dumb sod. You actually think this is a promotion, don't you? You really do think you're something extraordinary. They're not courting you because you solved the Wanda Beach murders, let's face it. They're just chasing brownie points. He's going to be there taking beat and wog, glorified interpreter.
You've got until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Then I'm going to town on you.
On what grounds?
If you really want to find out, Keep screwing me around. So you threw the first punch?
He spat on our shirt. He called us towelheads. You expect to ignore that?
I can't help you until you tell me what this guy's name is. Amir?
I don't want your help. Amir, please.
I see. So how are you going to deal with it? What are you going to do?
We're gonna smash him so they never touch us again.
That's it, an eye for eye.
As long as he stays at this school, the fighting will continue.
It's not the school. I mean, you got to show me better than that. You understand me? Come here. I know you hate these guys. You want them to pay. I know you want to hurt them, but you're going to hurt yourself. Look at me. Understand? You're going to hurt yourself and others by being so stubborn. Come here. I just, I don't want him to turn out like me.
I do. You're a good man.
Allahu Akbar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Dad, what's this?
What'd you get it?
The shed. Oh, mother.
Selekina!
Hey, Malik, you want information that you've got explosives in the shed? Yeah, I bet you the call you a search warrant and the occupation notice. You better read them.
Dad's in trouble, right? He has nothing to hide.
Mrs. Malik, we need to do a search.
No. That's my chair, don't move it.
No, please, that belongs to my grandfather. Zane, they can't do this. They can't come in here and take
Back
our
up,
things.
Touch. Well, you don't need to make a mess.
Can I move my chair?
We're all gonna go. Just come over here. I'm gonna get out of there, actually. It's gonna be alright. It'll be alright. Right, okay. Yeah, I've got to go with this minute. I've got to answer some questions. Alright, I need you to look after your mum and your sister for me. Alright, can you do that? So mum at the shop till it comes home. When Colin arrives, get him to talk to the neighbours. See if anyone saw someone approach the house in the last 24 hours, okay?
It's okay. I'll look after your dad. We've done nothing wrong.
Good, okay.
Mr. Malik, you're a Muslim, is that correct?
Yes.
How would you describe yourself? Conservative, hardline, fundamentalist?
None of the above. What's this got to do with explosives for my
We'll
shed?
decide what's relevant.
I'm a tolerant Muslim. I'm loyal to this country. I've just been asked to apply for a job with the anti-terrorist unit. So you think if there was a security issue, someone would have picked it up on
Regardless
it?
of what you've been offered, you need to satisfy us that you've got nothing to do with what was found on your property.
Okay.
Okay, now, you regularly attend mosque, often on Fridays, less regularly on
You go to
Saturdays.
church on Sundays? What about you? You Catholic?
We're here to
Protestant?
discuss our religious beliefs.
What are we doing discussing mine?
Do you have any Muslim heroes, Mr. Malik?
Muhammad Ali.
Apart from sporting heroes?
None that I want to discuss with you.
We've downloaded information from your computer. In the past month, you've visited over 20 Islamic internet sites. You've also registered to attend a number of lectures by Islamic religious leaders. One of them at the Leichhardt Mosque by a Saudi mullah by the name of Omar Ali. is widely known to promote a separate Islamic world and anti-Western philosophies.
It doesn't matter who I've listened to or where I've been. I know nothing about the explosives found in my shed.
Please answer the question.
Yes, I went to that mosque. I left about 10 minutes after I got there. I didn't like what the mullah was saying. Even still, I think he was marginally more intelligent than you two.
Where have they taken Zane?
I'd say down in the central office to ask him some questions. I've spoken to Patricia Wright. She's in close contact. Excuse me.
Where is he?
The feds have taken him. Who called him? That's what I want to know.
What's your relationship with Mr. Wadi Behair?
His wife's a friend of my wife's.
How well you know him?
I see him at big family functions, get-togethers, that sort of thing.
What do you know about his travel arrangements?
Not a lot.
Well, did you know he went to Afghanistan last April?
Yeah.
Do you know while there he attended a training camp run by Islamic extremists?
If you knew that, I would have thought you'd have organised for him to be abducted and taken to Egypt for torture.
Put the question to you again. Did you know that when in Afghanistan he visited a training camp?
No, I did not.
What? Did you ask him where he was going, what he was doing?
Well, strangely enough, people in our community tend to go overseas quite a lot. So when they tell me where they're going, I'm not in the habit of asking if they're visiting a terrorist training camp.
Perhaps you should have been a great help to us in this case. Now, I'd like to ask you what business you had with this man yesterday.
That's Temok Teng. We were interviewing him in relation to a murder investigation.
And Tang Ho Teng's not this man's real name.
So what is his real name?
I want to know why you haven't updated your records in
I haven't
relation
got
to
around to
meeting
it
with
yet. My
Zane.
partner was with me. Talk to him.
Obviously, we can't take this any further. We'll make some inquiries, get together for a re-interview at a later date.
Interview terminated?
No, he's not conducting a murder investigation. You got information that's relevant to that case. I'd like to know about it.
What do you want to know?
I want to know if you know that he's a suspect for murder.
No.
No.
Your information does not reveal that, no.
So while you're accusing me of being a terrorist, I'm out there trying to find someone who's already brutally murdered 3 men in the last 48 hours. Why don't you let me go catch someone who's really terrorising the community?
Let's start with the shed. Is it kept locked or unlocked?
I'm not sure.
Is it normally kept locked?
Mostly.
Well, it sucks to say yesterday it's locked then.
Well, Zane usually locks it because of the kids.
Well, apart from yourself and your husband, who else has access to a key?
No one.
How easy would it be, do you think, to come down the side of the house, get into this thing and so?
Well, as you can see, there are windows at the side of the house, but if it were night time,
Well, you're upstairs.
yes, if it weren't in the kitchen, then yes, you could.
Now, are you aware of any member of your family or your husband's family who may belong to an extremist group?
No, actually, I find the question insulting.
You probably do, Mrs. Malik. I don't know all the facts, I can't help your husband.
Well, since when have you ever tried to help my husband? The explosives were obviously planted in our shed to try and discredit Zane. The last people who'd want to do that would be his parents or anyone else in his family.
And are you aware of any person that would like to discredit your husband, Mrs. Malik?
Well, as you know, detectives are never short of enemies. Being a Muslim, my husband's an easy target for anyone trying to get rid of him, whether they're inside or outside of the force.
You're not interviewing my father. He's brain damaged.
We've got a job to do. Everyone who lives in or has access to that house needs to be interviewed.
This is ridiculous. Can't you leave them out of it? Did you hear what I said? He's brain damaged. He's not well enough to answer your question.
You can't go in there.
Yeah. I'll wait outside. Don't upset him.
This is Thomas Nevin. Please leave a message.
Never, look, it's Zayn Malik here. I want to know what's going on. I've just been interviewed by 2 federal police about some explosives that were planted in my garage. My stuff's been confiscated. My family's been dragged into this. Now, this is some kind of test I'd like to know about it. Will you contact me, please?
Papa!
Everything's all right, huh?
Are you going to jail?
No, of course I'm not.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for staying.
No worries. How'd you go?
Usual rubbish. Everyone's a terrorist. One thing though, Temok Teng. We've got to run some checks on this guy. Apparently he's not who he says he is. Anything here?
Lady next door said she saw a man, middle-aged, light brown hair, large nose, parked in a silver sedan outside this house last night.
Crowley. Did you come by my place last night?
Why?
Because a neighbour of mine gave a description of a man looked like you, watching my place from a silver sedan across the road.
Hang on a minute.
That's all right. Helen, you think I put that stuff in your shed?
Someone
then?
identified you.
Well, what about it?
Did you want me out of this unit?
I couldn't
You want
give
to
a shit
prove I'm no
about you,
better than
mate.
that stinking drug pushing low-life Arab who sell drugs to your son?
You're mad.
That's easy. Call me mad.
No, you're mad. The guilt's driving you mad because I read your files. You were there when your old man got shot, weren't you?
You're the reason my father never got justice.
Yeah. Every time you see that scar on your face, you're reminded of one simple fact. You wouldn't hand the money over because you couldn't hand the money over. You couldn't move. He had to move for you. And that's why you got shot, Malik, your father, because of you!
What the hell is going on? I want to see you in my office now, Ray. this isn't going to help your cause, Ray. Internal Affairs are coming here tomorrow to resume their investigation. And they want me to stand you down while that takes place.
Where are you in all this? What do you think?
It doesn't matter what I think.
Yes, it does. Probably more than it should.
In my head, I have doubts. But in my heart, I know you did it.
You. You. You tell Diane.
You put it on him, didn't you? If you listen to what I said, I'd been able to tell you something that you needed to know.
Well,
I don't know exactly. I was doing a check on Tamok Tank. Crowley took it up with plastics and got something.
what?
Well, you'll have to ask him that.
Right. I've been calling you. You won't answer your phone. What are you, deaf?
Get out.
Look, Colour said you got information on Tamok Ting and on...
Get out of my flat. Get out. Get out.
I'll leave once you give me the
Flat.
information.
My services have been suspended, so piss off. Get out.
Yeah, I heard. What are these for?
My nerves.
Dog's name's Jeff. One tablet, one and no. What are you
They're
doing?
heartworm tablets for the dog. My boy's dog, Paul's dog. He always wanted a dog. And I told him he couldn't have one because he didn't know how to look after a dog. And I told him, I always told him I didn't have
I don't know what happened between you and Barsha, right? But we're never going to be mates, right? But I know I nearly killed Hunt, and if he'd hurt my son, I would have done the same,
I
right?
don't need absolution from
I'm
someone.
not here to give it to you, Ray. But Barsha was a grub, a drug-pushing piece of shit. And no one cares what you did to him, Ray. No one cares. Ray. No one cares, mate.
I do.
Of course you do, mate. Of course you want him dead. Show me a man who doesn't want revenge for his son, mate, but it doesn't help, does it? Because deep down inside, the pain comes from somewhere else, doesn't it? Huh? I can see this shame because you're sick with it. I know how place are in because I've been there. So you want to do it, mate? Do it! Do it! Do it, mate! I won't stop you. I respect you, Ray. I respect you. We've had our differences, but it's none of my business. So give me what you got on Tamok Tank, and I'll leave.
His real name's Amos Zapata.
Who is he? What is he?
He's a Chinese Indonesian. He supplies explosives, ammunition to fundamentalist Muslim groups in the Philippines.
And he works for Chinese?
Yeah, he does. That stuff that was planted in your house was Chinese explosives. Last month, the Indonesian police seized a whole new batch, so if you want to know who's been trying to stitch you up...
Then I owe you an apology.
I mean nothing.
I owe you an apology. And this is yours.
It's my father's watch.
Big shoes to fill. Take it, Ray.
Where did you find
It doesn't matter. It's yours.
broken.
The only way out is to keep pushing through. So put that back in holster. Let's get on with the job.
What job? See him going?
Yeah, 10 minutes ago.
How many is you with?
2.
Herman, seems you and I have more in common than we thought.
As you can see, we are in the middle of the game.
Game's over. We know who you are. Herman Zapata, Indonesian.
You ran prostitutes back there, exported arms, ammunition.
I'm sorry, you got the wrong man.
Some of those explosives made their way back to my house.
I don't know what you're talking
How
about.
much did Bruce Cho pay you to plant that stuff in his garage?
He did it.
You don't talk to us, you're going to find yourself back in Indonesia, and when you get there, old son, it's not going to be a holiday camp.
Yeah, what can you tell us about the murder of John Hunt? Who threw him out the window?
We found those 2 witnesses. We found them in rubbish bins, minus their heads. So how long do you think Bruce Cho's going to let you keep yours?
I'm not afraid of Bruce Cho.
Oh, you should be. He wants you dead.
The rest will be paid once the job is carried out and the body is disposed of. Make it clean and quick. No witnesses.
You hear that? He's organising your execution.
What makes you think it's mine?
You're meeting at Philip Lee tomorrow. Concord, 8:30 p.m.
Yourself.
See you, mate.
We know Bruce Cho used your men on that job. We know that. Here's your choice. You tell us the truth, or you'll die.
It wasn't planned. Cho told us Hunt kidnapped his daughter. He hired us to get her back. We found Hunt got information out of him, but Cho lost control. He put him over.
Bruce Cho, you're under arrest for the murder of James Wilson, alias John Hunt.
Get the list!
Let go. Let go, you silly buddy. I gotcha.
Look at you. You're a man.
I went through Crowley's stuff. Found this in his glove box.
To whom it may concern, I have worked closely with DSC Malik since 2002 in the Major Crime Squad as his immediate supervisor, Detective Sergeant. During this period of time, I found him to be a most professional investigator, and more importantly, a man of the highest moral caliber.